said the angel had a brass face. So how the fuck dog gonna have white, so-called white skin and red eyes? If the Most High said they black, they said,
what did it say?
In Ezekiel chapter 4.
No, I'm saying, what did it say? He had red eyes.
In a false
I see. Yeah.
okay. Not the real Enoch, but the false book.
I got the real one.
I guarantee you that the one I read said that's the problem. You have a discrepancy in the scripture. Say look up the standard. The standard is the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. Because a part of the this brother right here, this is the 1611 King James version.
Yeah, that's the one I'm working on. Definitely gotta get that. I found out that dude. I was like, you can't come, man.
Check it out, faggot. Check it out. This is a 1611 King James version. Go look in the middle. You're gonna find the Apocrypha there. Right? It says it's right in the middle.
Research all on this.
It's in the middle. That was an original 1611. It's a little bit after the middle. You know what I'm saying? Between Malachi and Matthew. You know what I'm saying? But where you at right there? That's below. Go back. Right there. That's the Apocrypha right there.
I gotta read about Maccabees.
And that's about our history. If you read the book of Maccabees, you'll find out about the 300s, the Macedonians, the Spartans. Those were Israelites. He got some pictures for you too.
This is cousin.
That's kind of weird, bro. Because
Queen Elizabeth. That was King James' cousin right there, black. Unimportant. Right. That's his cousin, Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Queen King James' cousin was an Englishman, and King James was Scot, but the original English and Scot was black people. They go Queen Elizabeth, then it goes Sir Riley, all them black men. They're not gonna teach you that. It's
Nope. Right. Something, man.
all right, so that's why a lot of people get those DNA tests. They get a DNA test and it might say something about Europe. They get all bugged out about it being in Europe. Like, oh man, I got some white people in my blood. They get all messed up about it, or they start, they get some type of, I got white people in my blood, not knowing that the Moors ruled in Europe. Okay, had the so-called white people in slavery.
Also find out that we're separate from even Africans. Like
we're not right. Yeah, we're not nothing to do with that scripture. The Lord does put a difference between. I got you. I got it. No, I got it. That's scripture.
This is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
That's right. So there's a difference between the Egyptians and us, man. You got a lot of people that's off into that Egyptology, man.
Yeah.
They basically.
But it's crazy because the Bible says you can pretty much scan everything. Okay, if Judah and Israel, now this is just what I read. Okay, if Judah and Israel is in West Africa, I would take it from West Africa. Okay, and then I'm finding out that the word nigger actually came from, because every time I read the word Niger. Okay, every time
it's not. It's like
okay.
I'm sorry. The word Niger is not even pronounced Niger in the original Latin. It's pronounced Niger.
It is pronounced
Niger. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I read it, I just laugh because I'm like, well, this kind of look like the word. And then go ahead.
That's why, like you said, you gotta laugh. And that's why these two motherfuckers, I watched that TV show, TV1 with Roland Martin and shit.
Yeah.
And they dumbass, they make the word nigger. But you go back in the 1960s and shit, you look on their census report, they always claim themselves to be Negroes. You call yourself a nigger. A Negro means black. Niger, when they say nigger, Niger, with the so-called Niger, it means black, man. And you up there, right now people cry, he calls nigger. That's all you do, just call you black.
Apostle Barnabas,
right.
It was called Niger in the
right. That's Acts 13 chapter in the first verse. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll just get that out. I just get grabbed a little bit.
That shit just
but
pisses
a lot
me
of
off,
people
man.
get bugged out about that, not knowing that our people rule what you so-called call Europe.
It's funny how you could adopt something like Egyptology. Like I told one lady, I said, look, man, I could have adopted it, but the thing is, when I was going through my pain, who came and got me? Okay, Jesus came to talk to me. Okay, the Lord came to save me. Where was these Egyptologists and all these pharaohs? What were they?
I call them Om and the Bra. They didn't fall out of the sky. You know, he didn't get no prophet. He didn't set, you know, they didn't set no prophecies on the Egyptian walls concerning even Egyptian people.
Man.
So that let you know that the Most High destroyed them, man. It's simple,
Matter of fact, they brought the Israelite slaves. They brought the slaves into America, and the slavery ad it said Hebrews for sale. I mean Hebrews for sale. So if we was Egyptians, why they say Egyptians for sale instead of Hebrews, which is Hebrew?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. This is Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers, which let you know that the church actually means the prophets and teachers. It's from the Greek word ecclesia or ecclesia. All right, where you get the word where you get the word ecclesiastes from. And ek means out, and ecclesia means
So
called.
white people are going into slavery.
It means out called out. All right. So he said, now there were in the called out that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger, or Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manaen, who had brought up with Herod the tetrarch. So to let you know, it's right there in the scriptures.
I read right past it.
I guarantee you read a lot of things in the Bible went right past it. You know what I'm saying?
Because and the reason that being, you know, which they don't even go into the history is because you had a lot of Israelites that was going back and forth to that part of Africa.
That's right.
You know, you had safe havens that were down in you know, in that part of Africa.
Nigeria now?
Matter of fact, you have the Igbo and the Yoruba and certain other tribes in the Nigerian tribes are actually Hebrew Israelites. You got the Limba out there in Africa; those are Hebrew Israelites. A lot of Liberians out there are Hebrew Israelites. But you can find Israelites scattered abroad the whole planet. Matter of fact, I got a precept to do that. This is Acts the 2nd chapter and in 5. I'll just go straight to the point. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews. That's the number one point. Now, if you read English 101 and someone starts that sentence off, what group of people is he talking about right there? What? I'm reading it again.
Jews.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews. So they're talking about the so-called Jews, which means the Hebrew Israelites. Mostly at that time, the Jews were considered loosely the tribe of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. But if you go into the scriptures, you'll find out that there were Asherites and other tribes also there. But they were, since Israel, Jerusalem was the capital of Israel, they called it us Jews. Okay. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. He said they were scattered out of every single nation that was under heaven. That's what Moses said. Now, when this was noised abroad, and the multitude came together and were confounded, because every man heard them speaking his own language, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, "Behold, are not all of these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in their own tongue wherein they were born?" If just because you were born over in another country don't mean you are that country. That means he said they were devout Jews, meaning that he still was a Hebrew Israelite, but they were born in another country. All right, and he's going to give you the list of where they were born at.
So that's why. So like the brother said, just to piggy off what he's saying, is that's why, you know, under every country. So, you know, like he's gonna go into the countries, you know, which is, you know, that's why you can't really just look at somebody and be like, no, he's not an Israelite. Like you have some people that, you know, that once taught this, you know what I'm saying, but now the Most High took that oil from them. So now, whereas they can see that, you know, okay, you can't just look at an Israelite and just say, oh, he's an Israelite. He's not an Israelite.
Sometimes you can't tell.
Sometimes you're not going to be able to tell who he is or who
Your history will pretty much tell. I mean, if you was over here, over here.
I mean, but you got the history of the scriptures, right? You got to have the history of the Bible.
And you'll find out that some of them, okay, first of all, in 1945, or no, 1950 something, when they had the Korean War or something, did not niggas fight for a white man in the Korean War? Where did they go? To Korea, right? Now, what did niggas do when they get a break? What did they do?
When they got a break?
When they say, y'all got R&R, y'all got the weekend off. Where did they go? They went to a Korean city, right? And what did they do? They got some ass. And who was living over there? Korean bitches. So who was we fucking? Korean bitches. Now, did we always use, oh, I have to strap up and use a condom? Oh, you can sit there, you handle the business, right? So a lot of them got popped off, popped from Korean bitches, right? Now, did some of them die in the war?
Yeah.
And even the ones that didn't die, did they still then go move in with the Korean bitch and start a family? Or they went back to war, and then when they got shipped out, they got shipped out.
Yeah.
So what happened to the woman who was the Korean bitch who had a baby? She birthed the baby, right? That's a Hebrew Israelite. Now, that was in the 50s, right? Now, 10 years later, 15 years later, that child starts to grow, starts banging somebody. He might have a brownish good hue to him, but there's a lot of Koreans up there, they got a brownish hue. Why? Because everybody on the planet got melanin in their skin except so-called Caucasian man. So then that child eventually gets of age to procreate, gets with another Korean bitch, all right? And then now, he pop a son, and they talk Korean, they damn near looking Korean, and they damn near acting Korean, and then he have a son. Now it's over 50, 60 years ago. Now that's 2 or 3 generations that could have popped off out of that. And now the grandson looked like straight up Korean. That's a Hebrew Israelite. But you know what the difference is? His spirit inside of him is different. He's going to be going through the curses just like we are. People going to look at him like, but he's going to be like, in that language, and say, you know you're a bastard. You know and they're going to mistreat him. They're going to go through their own little fucking persecutions, and he's going to feel like an outsider. But at the same time, he might have the nigga swag. You know what I'm saying? He might have, there's going to be the spirit, in his spirit, it's going to be of it. Right, he's going to be a spirit of an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But if you would have just assumed at a glance, oh, he'll go. You can't say that.
Like I was saying, you know, the Trisha Garter show? She had a show about race, and this Korean woman thought she was 100% Korean. Guess what type of DNA was in her? Guess what kind of DNA she had? DNA is so-called Negro, and DNA is so-called Native American. And how that DNA and blood get over to Korea? Just like the man said.
Right.
Also, Vietnam. You got so-called Negroes, so-called Puerto Ricans. You got Judah, Ephraim. You got tribe of Gad.
Right.
You got Issachar over there.
Man, you can go to German. You can go to World War II.
Right.
There was black motherfuckers fighting for Hitler, man. You know what I'm saying? And the story of Hitler ain't a true story. Don't believe the demonization of Hitler like they all say, man. There was black fuckers fighting in Hitler's army as well.
And there was black people in Germany.
And there was black people in Germany, as there is to this day.
And they labeled black people, some of the black people back then as Jews.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Hitler said it. Hitler said those are the real Jews. That's the reason why he came against. He knew who the real Jews were, man.
I actually have a picture there, you know what I'm saying? It shows it's a Time Life magazine picture. It shows the picture.
That's absolutely.
And they show a depiction of this black saxophone player. He has the king, and he has that.
The Nazi symbol.
He has a Nazi symbol, but he also has a shield of David.
Right. So, but he knew what's up, and that's another reason why they wanted to shut him up. Don't believe what they said about him, man. They didn't kill hundreds and hundreds of white men and put them in these camps. All that's bullshit, man.
Right?
Everything that white men put out is tainted. It's got 20 to 30% truth mixed with goddamn fucking lies, man.
And that story about the Jews, that's complete nonsense, man. Like you can go to newspaper articles, the New York Times. There's a lot of newspaper articles. I actually had an article, you know. You can Google them there in the Library of Congress where they're documented. Or the so-called Jewish people, Khazars, the Edomites, they've been crying for like 20 years before the Holocaust even happened. And 6 million Jews were put to death.
It was two things when I first gave my life to the Lord that got me about the Bible. I knew it was talking about them. One was Deuteronomy when they said about the first what was going to happen to us if we didn't keep God's statutes. And I pulled my mama to the side and I said, it sounds like it's talking about us. Another thing that popped up when it said, like I told you about last time when it said that I know those who call themselves Jews by a synagogue and Satan. And I'm like, there's only one person, people that call themselves Jews. You know what I mean? Yeah, you start reading Solomon, so you like, man, this stuff don't make no sense, man. It ain't adding up to what you're saying, bro. You know?
We're talking about how like the father is you know what I guess you could say like creates your spirit. This is Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So how is the pedigree of a family discerned? through the house of who? Their mama?
Their fathers.
Their grandmama.
Their fathers.
Their great aunties.
Fathers.
Their great grandmama.
Their fathers.
See, and that's the thing that they try to do today. You know, they try to mix it up. They get even more wicked. They try to mix it up and say that you're of your mother, you're of a woman,
Patrilineal,
you know,
line. and
but,
shit.
but you're really of your father, because that's how the scriptures. You read the scriptures, say David, the son of, who dropped seed. They'll say not the son of this woman, or they say the son of man.
Right. And they drop seed. We drop seeds, man. It's common sense. A woman don't drop seeds. You got to fertilize her what? Egg. Fertilize, meaning you got to go ahead and put a seed inside of it in order for it to have life. If you don't impregnate a woman, she's not. If you don't put a seed inside that woman, she would never birth a child. All right?
And that lets you know that the so-called white man is, you know, is a homosexual, man.
That's right.
Because, you know, the so-called white man, if he could, man, he would get pregnant.
Oh man, the proof of that is that Bill Cosby episode where they sit there and had Theo and Theo Hustle and Bill both of them pregnant, and they coming down and saying like,
God.
you know what I'm saying?
That's how wicked this society is. I've seen a pregnant white man before. Then the Gold Coast. Get some coffee, this motherfucker walk by. I'm like, that's a dude. Big ass mess. Like, ain't you want no bit, but
I get a copy of that.
I think it might have been he saw like a change of ordinance. It might have been a woman that converted over, changed or something, whatever the fuck it was.
I mean, they definitely trying to destroy God's creation, man. I'm seeing that they trying to bring back dinosaurs, then they make this lion and a tiger.
Dinosaurs. You know there were dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, but I don't believe that God created it.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
It's in the scriptures.
Is it?
And it's called Behemoth in the scriptures, man.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I'm just real brief because we don't have to go too deep into it. But the Bible says, "Prove all things, bro." You know what I'm saying? That's why one thing you got to do, brother, is really start coming around us faithfully. You know what I'm saying? And then do your research, watching the elders. Start watching the elders, man, and start building up your get rebooted, man.
Are y'all on YouTube?
Yes, we are.
Because I've been trying to find y'all. I found another group. I've been so looking, man. 'Cause
We on Daily Motion too.
Right.
Daily Motion.
Right.
Well, we on YouTube.
Yeah, primarily.
It'd be easy because my phone is jacked
Yeah.
up. So,
You go to Daily Motion, they jack your phone up, they jack your computer up sometimes.
Yeah, right.
This should be running slow.
Let me read this real quick. This is Job the 40th chapter, and I'm gonna go straight to the point. Verse 7: Gird up now thy loins like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. Well, let me jump down a little bit. Okay, verse 15. Behold now, behemoth. And if you go into the etymology of the word behemoth, it means very large animal, right? Now he's going to describe this. Now you tell me what this describes, all right? Behold now, behemoth, which I made with thee. He eateth grass as an ox. So he eats grass, right? Lo, now his strength is in his loins. And where's your loins at?
I know loins and
It's from basically your belly button to your past your penis or down to your midsection. It's this section of your body. This section right here, right? That's your loins, right? It says his force is in the navel of his belly. So he has a huge belly and strength in his lower regions. Now, what kind of animal has a very round lower midsection that is very powerful and massive? All right, keep that in mind. Lo, now, he moves his tail like a cedar. What is a cedar? Cedar is a tree.
Oh, pray.
A cedar tree.
Okay.
All right. He said he moved his tail like a cedar.
Yeah, that's you.
Who got a tail the size of a tree?
Right.
Who?
Right. Hey, I don't know about it.
A brontosaurus does.
That's right. That's about
He
it.
got a big belly, and his power's in his belly, and he has a big tail that moves like a size of a tree.
It sounds like a
All right, I'm gonna keep. Oh, yeah, it could be.
Because they eat grass. They found out that they don't even eat meat. They eat grass.
All right. He says, he moved his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones, which is his thighs, are wrapped together. So he has very huge thighs. All right. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. So, but damn near, his bones are damn near unbreakable.
Right.
Who Now you can break a ox bones, you can break a bison's bone, you can break an elephant's bone. You see their tusks broken all the time, right? But it wasn't easy to go ahead and break a so-called, what they say called dinosaur bones, all right? He is the chief of the ways of God that made him, he that made him can make his sword to approach unto him, meaning that normal people could not approach him and basically make him scared, right? Surely the mountains bring forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth, I just jumped down a little bit. Behold, he drinketh up the river and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan to his mouth. So he can drink damn near a whole river. Damn near if he want, metaphorically, he can when he go to drink, them other animals be like, damn, did you have to kill the pond?
Right.
He killed the pond, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What kind of animal does that?
Makes sense.
All right, but then they got Leviathan, which is the next verse, in chapter 41, and that's who they call Godzilla.
Right.
So you don't think the Most High got the power to make that type of beast and animals?
Hey, Salaka, that's where that movie Godzilla, all those movies and shit come from.
Yeah.
The scriptures, man, they know it.
Matter of fact, everything, all the stories, the Superman stories, the X-Men, and all those powers, those are us, man. We're going to have that spiritual power, the Most High willing, when He come back and give us our angelic bodies again.
Hey, you know that Captain America?
Yeah.
If you read his character, his parents was poor Irish immigrants. And I believe their names like Mary and Joseph. Yeah. So he's an Israelite, right? And Steve, he's real righteous, he's real pure-hearted, and he's naive on that patriotic shit. Yeah, Captain America, Jake, man.
And supposed to be a Jake, right?
Right.
And then,
I'm talking about the characters.
Right. And then it's funny you mention that because I've been watching that movie the last couple of days. I keep falling asleep. I have been watching it. I'm almost done with it, but I seem like I could be tired, man. I've been falling asleep on it. You know what I'm saying? But they make all the pattern of the movies and things and on TV and the movies after Jake, man.
They got some stuff in there, man. They definitely,
Superman, Kal-El.
Yeah. Hey, they tripped me out with the House of El and stuff like that.
They tell those are Israelites.
Yep, they tripped me out, man. How they try to
the spiritual powers and stuff.
Yep.
X-Men, the days of future past, when they're gonna be hunting, they're gonna try to hunt down their land and shit. They think they're gonna hunt us down and kill us and shit. We gonna kill their ass with spiritual powers and shit, man. So, yeah, like he said, it's all based on the scripture.
What do I go on YouTube to look y'all up, bro?
GMS Chicago 26, all one word.
So could you write it down for me? Yeah, my phone is out.
Your phone is out? Anybody got a pen? I think I got one somewhere. Give me some. There's some.
Here's another thing too, because we're talking about how certain nations they might look like so-called like Chinese man and all that, but in spirit they're actually Israelite. And I got the proof of that because we're not supposed to judge on outer appearance. We're supposed to judge on the spirit. And because it says that there's going to be confusion of faces, and that we're going to be scattered amongst all nations. And this is what we're supposed to do. This is Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So that's why you have certain so-called Asians that kick it with so-called Negroes. That's why you got some of them, they'll like break dance and all that, perfect. And they got complete, all this swagger. You got certain so-called Asians that might be in like the music industry. They might be producers and all that. But if you probably go to their lineage, track who their father was, so on and so forth, go all the way back, it's most likely going to be one of these people on the sign.
The majority of the talents that you see in out here are Bruce Israelites.
Because we're special people.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got one. That's Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Really, I'm going to start slacking and start selling. And for this cause, thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, that's our mind, to the intent that we should call upon the name and praise thee in our captivity. For we are called to mind all iniquity of of our forefathers that have sinned before thee. So that's telling you, like, we come from our forefathers. We actually paying for what our fathers did. That old, under the first law. Right. And then, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, which thou hast scattered us for a reproach and curse, and to be subject for payments.
It says scattered us, so that means we're going to be amongst all these other nations. You know,
You got Jake everywhere in the world. You got Jake mixed in with them in Israel right now with those fake Khazars.
Hey, because we actually he knows them more, but there's this so-called this guy looks like a so-called Jewish, he's a
so-called Amalekite, but he's
a Jake. He's a damn Jake. That dude could dance. That dude had swag. He was getting bitches, man, because these other so-called Jews, they don't have that fucking swag, man. They don't have style, nothing. Everything that he was doing was
one of them. Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. Yeah, he's a Jake.
Yeah,
he's a Jake.
Yeah, he could.
Hey, you know what? Hey, he did a real good job in that one movie, Tropic Thunder, man.
He's a Negro.
He's smoking crack.
But I said, like down there in Sicily, they all knew they Jake, but the Catholic Church came down there and kind of fucked their head up with that dogma and shit. That's why they deep into that Catholicism and all that shit.
Because the barbershop I was working at was a lot of Spanish brothers, you know what I mean? And I've been talking to them about that, man. Because I'm like, what's your native tongue? He like Spanish. I'm like, what's your native tongue? Because I said, you got that from the slave, man. He's like, yeah, man. I started talking about it. He's like, man, that's deep, man.
Well, if like one of our elders named Yahanova, we call him OG. He's with our elders in New York. He was in the military, so he traveled around the world and see. He said, you go down there, Italy, down in southern Italy, them dark like us.
Yep.
So they cut some Zabak, they'll be talking shit. Y'all be talking about the Italians or Israelites. We talking about the only ones who are Negroes, man. One who blood ain't go back to the Negroes.
Right, so that's why we're not supposed to do away with the law, man, because that's what really makes you an Israelite. That brings your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? That really lives with your spirit up. You're not eating pork. Okay, you're not having sex with another man's woman, man. That's damn near homosexual right there.
To me, bro, that it says in the Bible that I've written the law in their hearts, on their hearts. You know what I'm saying? And it's just certain stuff that I just can't do. I can't go with another man. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I lust. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with that problem. But at the same time, I'm not gonna go with another man's wife. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not really talking about right now. Like right now.
Death to America.
Death to America.
Romans,
white people are going to slavery.
Here go right here. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So just like you talking about,
there's certain things I knew before I even got saved. Like then now I'm reading. I was like, man, this stuff that it's so hard already, man. Like I can't even eat pork. Now I eat pork, my stomach gets messed up. I eat shrimp, you know what I mean? My stomach gets messed up. I'm like, man, it's just weird, man. So now I was reading, and I talk to people. They say, well, when in the New Testament, when they say that God gave the guy the meat to eat, he gave him like pigs and stuff to eat. He had a vision.
You can get it. That's not. See, a lot of people in the church bring that up, but that's not what they're talking about.
But you know how you can tell before the simple fact that if you read on, it say he pondered about it to see what it meant. Obviously, it didn't mean what it was. Right. I mean, so I'm like, damn, bro.
That was Peter, and it was actually talking about Cornelius because Cornelius was from the Italian band. Y'all can grab that, So and Cornelius was from the Italian band, but he was what? He was an Israelite. So, the vision that he saw with the four-footed beast, unclean four-footed beast, and the food on there, Peter was like, no, I never ate this, you know what I'm saying? Really was talking about Cornelius being what you would call a Gentile.
Coming up under his roof also.
And coming to the knowledge that he was an Israelite,
I got another good scripture too.